What is up, guys? King of Underworld back at you with another part of What If Deku Was Killua Zoldyck, Part 4. I'm sorry for this later upload than usual. Bit busy, also tired. It's the end of the week for me, so hopefully I can rest up a bit more. Yeah, but tomorrow you'll see Zuko and the second part to What If Deku Can Manipulate Time. Yeah, so I say sorry for the late upload and bit of weird schedule this week. Also, I just want to quickly address an issue, is that I completely forgot about Pokemon. Like, when I was doing the whole schedule thing, I completely forgot it was even there. Because if I had known that I was going to be full and booked up, I probably would have just ousted one series, but I'm probably just going to do it bi-weekly. So every other week, I'm probably just going to put out probably just put out a part of Pokemon by replacing one of the other ones. So let's say Ahsoka, a Senku, or something could be one of them. Because they're because they're a lot further in. Yeah, but anyway, bit too long for an explanation. Let's get right into it. So, last part's events had just occurred. The OSJ incident had just started. The villains started, well, revealing themselves and start attacking the students. Killua was lucky enough to be, put in the same group as Kaminari. As, he took care of most of the villains, making a bit of a game out of it. As, he met up with Todoroki's group, as she was fighting off some villains around some buildings, as he took care of them as a swift assassin, even cracking a few jokes along the way. But when we get right into this one is when we last left off of the group overlooking Aizawa's fight against all the villains. As Deku, no, not Deku, Killua smiles and prepares himself for combat. As this is when we get into the new part. So, they were formulating strategy as, Shota was saying, what are we supposed to do? I mean, we gotta help him, of course. Says, don't worry about that. And Kaminari's like, don't do it. I know you're strong, but don't do it. As he walks past everybody. As when he does it very quickly, and as they turn around, he's already gone. As what the hell? Where is he gone? And it's Kaminari's just shit. He's already in. Look over there. As right behind Aizawa, he was standing there calmly with a smile on his face. Says, hello, sir. Midoriya, what are you doing here? Get back with the rest of the group. Stay back, this is a hero's job. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm going to have to disobey your orders. See, this looks like a bit too much fun to miss out on. This isn't a game. Now head back to the others. Says, no can do. We're only surrounded and you need a bit of a backup. Anyway, the others will go rescue my group up there will go rescue all the other students around the facility. They don't know our quirks, but they know yours. I can be of help. Trust me, I've got more experience than you think I do. He says, alright, but if anything goes sideways, if I tell you to run, you run. Yeah, sure, whatever. Now let's bust some skulls and take answers later, okay? It says that's not what a hero does. Eh, well, it's what you think they don't do. But, as, somebody threw someone threw like a sharp spear towards Deku. Not Deku, I keep saying Deku, I mean Killua. As he just swipes out the air and says, I don't think we need to worry about these guys being much of a threat. He says, as some of the villains start saying, don't get cocky, kid. Just because you're able to dodge one attack doesn't mean you can dodge 20. As he just goes, Are you just gonna stand there and talk all day, or you gonna come fight me? He says, why, you little shit? As he started, well, moving towards all of, well, as he started moving towards him, as he started rushing him from every angle, he says, too predictable. As he grabs out his two yo-yos and flings them out to the ground, walking them along, and says, let's make a little game out of it. And says, stop talking shit, kid. You won't be talking much longer otherwise. And says, I didn't even say what game you're playing. Alright, then we'll humor you before you die. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but you talking about death. Now that's just funny. As he whips the yo-yos around, smacking him in the face, electrifying him, and leaving him falling to his knees, and eventually landing on the ground, fried. And says, as he unleashes a deadly aura, and says, "Now those who think they can kill me, step forward." As all the villains start cowering in fear. He says, "Oh man, all of you are just wimps." They just said, "That is not a kid. That's a monster." He says, "That's very rude. Come on. I'm just trying to have some fun over here. You don't have to be so mean." Oh well. Anybody who doesn't like being nice can just time out. As he activated a little blue aura around him as he flashes past within an instant. Not one of them reacting as they all started falling to the ground. As he had his arm stretched out with his hand spread flat. He says, there's never much of a challenge. He says, yo, Izawa, how you do? Ooh, that's not too good. As Deku locks eyes with looks at the Nomu. I shouldn't say locks eyes because it's focused on Izawa. As it's looking directly at Izawa, and he's noticing, oh, that's a big dude. However, from what its actions are, it's completely lifeless. Looks at the guy behind him with the hand on his face. Ah, I see. He must be the one controlling it. As he flashes around and taps on Shigaraki's shoulder and says, "Yo, handjob, are you controlling that thing?" He says, "What the hell?" As he tries to reach out to grab him. To no success. Yo, trying to grab a kid. Oh, he might get reported to the authorities. Enough joking around. And says, well, I mean, but then there's gonna be no fun. We're gonna just kill you, kid. There's not gonna be anything fun about it. You'll die and we'll laugh. After we break All Might's spirit, we'll come after the hearts of every single hero. Says, oh, kill this, kill that. Why do you guys always say it when you never mean it? Oh, I mean it. As he goes to grab him again, as he just dodges out the way as not Deku, Killua unleashes a furious uppercut that sends uh, Shigaraki flying backwards, and says, "And I like to call that the Shoryuken." As says, "Well, it's not my move," and just copied it from a game I like to play. Oh, that's right, he's on the ground. Hey, you okay? And job. You didn't pass out, did you? Ah, my face. You little shit. Oh, well, he's good. Now, what am I gonna do about the big guy? And he says, well, I wonder what happens if I attack. Well, if I try to kill the master. As he throws a blade that he kept on him. He has a few hidden blades, well, literally hidden up his sleeve. He threw one of those directly towards Shigaraki, aiming for a vital spot, but slightly decreasing the power as it wouldn't cut through. As it flew towards, as a black portal appeared in front of his chest where his heart would have been. As the knife is sent flying from behind, as though he just, well, Killua just catches it. And says, "Ah, that's right. I gotta deal with you first. Tomura, are you alright?" "I'm fine, Kurogiri, but the little shit is throwing a wrench in my plans." "Then we'll just have to dispose of him, master." "Yes, we shall." "Yeah, I'm sorry to, like, rain on your parade here, but you're not going to win." As it's like, "Don't be so cocky, kid. Look at your teacher over there. He's being pounded into the ground by the Nomu. He'll be killed any second now." Uh, well, he looks over and glances and says, "Ah, damn it. I took too long trying to play with you that I forgot that he was kind of being attacked by that thing." "Azaba, duck!" Well, Deku, Killua throws out one of his yo-yo strings as it starts wrapping around the Nomu's neck. As it looks towards Killua, it says, "That's right, ugly. Look at me." As then he pulls his hand forward, and then, well, pushes it back violently. As the Nomu is being lifted off the ground, and as well, Killua just slams it over his head like a judo throw. As it's created a huge crater. As well, everybody was just shocked to witness that. As this little kid is, well, what they thought was a little kid, just lifted up this giant creature and slammed him into the ground. Just, that's a big fella. And, well, Kurogiri tries to take this opportunity to sneak up behind him and use the portal to split him in half. As, well, Killua just tapped him on the little metal armament and says, "Hey, big guy. Well, you're not really big, but you're just tall." The fog guy? I'll call you fog guy. "Hey, fog guy. You do realize that you can't sneak up on a trained assassin, right?" As he turned around shocked, and when he tried to look back to where he just was standing, there was nothing. He says, "Now, how about you take a rest for a bit?" As, well, Killua just shocks him by touching him using it as a taser. As, well, Kurogiri is now mobilized. And now to deal with the blue-haired one. It says, "Well, I just made this very simple and quick." As, well, he starts walking up towards Shigaraki as Shigaraki starts laughing. "It's not that easy, kid. Think you're gonna win? Well, if you think you're gonna win like that, you're just a fucking cheater." It says, "I'm not cheating, I'm just playing by my own game. You see, there's a difference." "Yeah. Well, Nomu, attack now!" As, well, Killer was completely distracted. So he completely forgot about it as He thought one overhead throw was enough to take it down. Now, he didn't anticipate his, well, shock absorption and regeneration factor. Thinking that he had him down for a while, which was about 20 seconds, he thought he was going to be out for at least 20 minutes. But this didn't work, and Nomu got a surprise hit, punching him in the side, sending him flying. As he gets sent flying into a wall, as he, well, pushes himself out of it. As blood's trickling down his head, and he, well, touched it along. Says, "Oh, you really shouldn't have done that." Says, "Oh, kill him, Nomu. Your shock absorption and your regeneration factor, you can easily kill this lightning brat." Well, Killua started getting angry as he starts just screaming as he noticed, well, he noticed somebody hiding in the background. He says, "Kaminari, do it now!" As Kaminari, well, just starts discharging all electricity he can possibly muster, as Deku is attracting it to him, using himself like a lightning rod, and absorbing all the electricity as his hair starts standing up, or standing on end, starts looking very jagged and sharp, as the an aura of blue lightning is crackling around him. His, well, his blood loss is now rising in anger. He says, "You did not just hit me and get away with it. You know how long I've been trying to get the lady to notice? Huh? And you go and punch me and you ruin my face. You're good and dead." As well, Shigaraki was just surprised that he was even able to get back up after taking a full swing from Nomu. As he's like, "Nomu, just kill him! Get him out the way!" And Nomu, well, dashed forward. However, as he started to dash, Killua was already standing in front of him, as he just shoved his hand right into his chest and pulled out his heart and crushed it. And says, "No more second chances. Countless fucking thing." As he walks away, he notices, "Oh, you're still alive, huh?" As Nomu is now getting off the floor after he collapsed after having its heart torn out. He says, "Huh, well then, you're not gonna take it easy." As he grabs the Nomu by the neck and starts picking him up, lifting him directly above his head. As he's grabbing around throat tightly, as the Nomu is, well, grasping on his arm. However, every time he does so, he keeps getting an electric shock, as his entire body is overcharged with electricity, crackling out from everywhere. As the Nomu is unable to grasp at his arm or try and escape, as his nerves are being electrified and fried well, every time he tries to do so. It says, "Well, I'll just kill you once and for all." As he pulls down the Nomu directly into his face and says, "Say hello to the devil for me." As he forms his hand into a blade and shoves it right through the Nomu's skull. As blood starts trickling down not Killua's arm, he pulls out the Nomu and says, "Took long enough." As he, basically just scatters the blood on the ground and says, "Dirty shit, shouldn't have messed with me. Now what about you, handjob? What have you got up your sleeve now?" You want to try and see what happens when you mess with with the greatest assassin ever to live. As well, as the intense aura starts seeming to crackle out from everywhere, Tomura is just in fear. He's quaking as he tries to walk backwards and says, Get away from me!" As Deku starts walking, or keeps walking forward, he keeps on moving. He's moving toward Tomura. He says, "Stay back!" As there's nothing, just silence. All that can be heard is, just the footsteps. And the shuffling of, Shigaraki trying to crawl his way back. Say, "Don't kill me! Please!" Uh, well, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do to you much worse than, I'm gonna do something much worse than kill you." As he grabs, he doesn't grab at Shigaraki, but he throws his yo-yo around, around his arms, as he was completely binding them, stopping from moving him anything above the elbow. As it's sending it, well, thousands of volts of electricity throughout his body, causing it to be electrified and fried. As he's screaming out in pain and starts foaming at the mouth, he even goes into cardiac arrest and says, "Oh no, you're not dying that easily." As he sends one fierce blow into his chest filled with electricity. As it restarts his heart, he starts coughing up. As he picks him up and throws him across the field. Says, "You think you were so tough a minute ago. Now that I've killed your toy and broken your servant, you're nothing but you're nothing more than thing under scrape under my boots." And I'm going to make sure you never forget my face. As he sends an intense glare that basically causes Shigaraki to pass out. As he throws him down to the side, as he's saying, "That's him dealt with. Now let's deal with the rest of these shit stains." As he looks towards the petty villains that, the other groups are starting to take care of. As he just, with a quick flash of blue light, all of them were gone down and pulsating uncontrollably. As they're just laying them writhing on the ground. Says, "Done." As reinforcements had arrived, they managed to get Eater out to go inform the school. However, by the time all the pro-heroes had arrived, as well as All Might, he was already, taken care of. But one thing was for certain, is when, All Might bust through the doors, Kurogiri managed to regain consciousness after being, shocked and fall to the ground. Just, "Young Tomura, we must leave." As he was unresponsive, as he just created a portal below him as he fell through, as well as one for his own, while Deku was distracted with the other villains. Keep saying Deku meant Killua. As well, when the heroes arrive, they all round up the rest of the villains. And after noticing that the two that he was trying to stop from escaping have disappeared. He punched the ground. He punched the ground in a fit of rage. As the electricity dissipated, as he was drawing close to his limit, so he dispersed it. As well, people coming up around him, asking if he was okay. He said, "I'm fine, but he got away." Who? Confronting Shigaraki. I'm a failure. As well, people were trying to go up and console him. One of those being, well, obviously Kaminari. Says, "Hey man, you alright?" As by this point, his brain had, deep-fried, and stopped acting like a dumbass. Says, "You alright?" "No, I'm not. I let those villains get away. How can I even call myself a hero if I let those little shitheads get away?" "Dude, relax. You managed to save everybody's lives here. Aizawa could have been, well, much more, well, in a much worse position than he is now. He's lucky that he only got away with with a few broken ribs." Says, "I know, but it still infuriates me." As somebody else came up to him and said, "Stop. Why are you going so hard? You should be thankful that everybody's alive." As he turns around and sees that the actual person who's talking is Shota. As says, "But what if those guys commit more heinous acts? He was the ringleader of this whole operation, and I'll let him get away." Says, "We should just be counting our blessings that we managed to get all of these guys rounded up so they can't cause any more harm." And that thing was, well, strong enough to take down a race ahead. And potentially all right from what that guy was going on about. But you managed to take it down with your bare hands. Well, and your little tools, but it's still quite impressive. Most pro heroes that have tons of time struggling with that, yet you took care of it so efficiently and easy. Just give yourself a break. Think just whatever you say." As well, she comes over and actually asks Kaminari and says, "Is is he not um a fan of? He doesn't like, for as long as I've known him. Well, if you're gonna ask that question, for as long as I've known him, he never liked to lose. He always got worked up and, well, really just had an attitude of, if you're not first, you're last. He always scored first in the tests, well, fitness, everything. He tried, well, if he's never first, he always tried harder. It infuriated him when he's trying to do something that slips and he lets something slip through his fingers that he could easily have avoided. He hates making mistakes. I keep trying to tell him for years that, hell, mistakes are part of the process. But he never listens. He thinks that perfection's the whole ideal of everything. We should strive to be perfect. As well, she just has a bit of a solemn look on her face and says, just like me." As well, he gotten patched up by a recovery girl, healing the injury on his forehead, luckily leaving no scar. As he was he got a wet cloth and just started wiping away the blood. Says, "Man, I'm just lucky he didn't leave a scar, otherwise my perfect face would have been ruined."
As well, Kaminari comes up to him and throws him a bottle of water and says, "Oh, well, isn't Prince Charming with that perfect face?" Yeah, but I was worried that I was gonna have a scar. Hey, chicks dig scars. Yeah, but a lot won't dig my face just perfect the way it is. Thank you very much. Says, I don't know why you're so worried about it. You've never really been into the whole dating thing. What, are they not worthy or something? Sort of. It's just I haven't found them worthy. Oh? Is there someone you like, or is there someone worthy enough? Well, there is somebody who has the potential to be, but I don't see it just yet. Their personality and actions, not for a while. However, they are slowly coming to realize their own mistakes. Since Kaminari was quite dumb, he didn't obviously figure out the hint of who it was, and was just left contemplating. And says, enough about me. Did you manage to be a hero in front of Jiro? Oh, sorry, I forgot about the taking on the villains thing. Yeah, it's a pain in my ass. I was trying to be cool for once, but you just stole the thunder. It says, yeah, sorry about that. I got a bit too worked up. Yeah, try not to, okay? Geez, before I'd even known, you're gonna get so excited that you might end up killing somebody these days. Well, I mean, I don't want to kill anybody. Well, I hope I don't ever have to. Honestly, it's too much work and there's too many factors involved that's just annoying. It says, I was taking it as a joke, but okay then. It's like I was too, I was just thinking about it literally though. Says, yeah, whatever you want to do, okay, mate? As well, after they take their statements and give their renditions of what happened, they let out as Wizar um calls for 2 weeks to be given to the students as well, since he wasn't in critical condition rather and only had a few broken ribs. He was healed up in no time and is able to say to the class, you have 2 weeks off, and what you do in those 2 weeks is up to you. However, I'd advise you take it training. As Badass One says, well, the sports festival was, well, I contacted Nezu just before and is about the current affairs of what's going to happen due to this incident, and from what I heard, it is still going on. So take this 2 weeks to train. As well, everybody takes the 2 weeks off. Kaminari was working on, well, he wasn't really working on anything. He was more hanging out with Killua. As well, they were just doing their regular thing, going around to arcades, playing games, doing that, and just hanging out. As well, this was just their main pastime. As they're basically like brothers, and nothing could really separate them. As a matter of fact, they often sometimes get mistaken for brothers that just have because they're quirks. One being able to generate mass amounts of electricity, and one able to generate and absorb electricity. So, due to this, they often get a bit of a confusion, thinking that they're related. However, that was not the case. As Kaminari is absolutely jealous because wherever they seem to go, since I would say he's wearing I'll say he's wearing the same that casual outfit. Um, but I'd say he's wearing like jeans and some sneakers, as well as carrying a skateboard around. As well, when he's going around the city, he likes to go on a skateboard. And Kaminari is jealous beyond belief, as there were so many girls asking for his number and coming up to talk to him, as he was very cute and handsome. As it said, "You're one lucky bastard, you know that? Why? 'Cause they come up and talk to me? Yeah, but the fact you just don't even care. Well, there's no point. Not, well, it's not like I'm going out to looks anyway. Well, what's wrong? Nah, I didn't get much sleep last night. Why? Well, I don't know. I was eating too much chocolate again, and the sugar kind of got to my system. Jeez, how much did you eat this time? Uh, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes of chocolate? What the hell? Serious, man? Says, yeah. And now there's two things I'm jealous of. You can eat anything you want and not get fat, and you can also have any girl you want come up to you. Uh, as well, they just continue doing hanging out, and well, it goes over to another day, as since he was since he finished his training in the morning, um, well, that was given to him by his family, as it was given the 2 weeks off, so extra training for him. He was given the morning, the afternoon off after he did an intense workout in the morning. As what he does is he usually just goes into the city and just relaxes a bit and goes and watches a view on some of the tall buildings. As he was skateboarding around, he flipped his board up and grabbed it as he was walking around a corner. As he bumps into somebody, as they fall back and says, "Ah, oh, sorry. Uh, you okay?" Shoten? Killua, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Well, I was going around to go just buy some stuff in the city. Now, what are you doing here? I was just relaxing after doing some training. It says, I see. Huh, what? Is there something wrong? No, but you actually look quite cute in a normal outfit. As I'll say that uh, Shota is wearing just a skirt and a bit of a dress kind of. I'd say it's like a mix of a blouse with a jacket over top. As it says, uh, shut up. I was just complimenting you, jeez. Yeah, here in hand. It says, no, but thank you. As grabs her hand, pulls her up, as she tripped forward and fell into his chest, and says, as she backed up immediately and says, "Oh, I'm sorry." Says, no, you're right. It was my fault. Pulled you up a bit too hard, didn't I? You're you're very strong uh, for what people see of you. Yeah, I get that a lot. Uh, all of this, well, there's actually a trick to it. A trick? Well, you see, the muscles in my body, how they're usually controlled by electrical signals, is I can make my reaction time a lot faster by sending sending electricity straight to the muscles instead of having to wait for a delay. So I'm a lot faster, what I can also do is send a strong signal to make the muscles contract harder and also develop a lot quicker. So therefore, I'm able to use a lot more strength than a normal person would be able to. So therefore, my build would probably be the same size as one of those big Olympic bodybuilders. She was actually quite amazed, as she never thought that this kind of application of his quirk could be used. As well, he says, "Hey, well, I've got nothing else to do. Want to hang out? Uh, sure, I guess, but I'm just gonna be doing some shopping. Well, I mean, I was gonna be just riding around the city, maybe looking at off top of a few buildings. So I wasn't really planning on doing much anyway. Anyway, everything's better with company, I guess." As well, the two just started walking around. As well, she was just picking up some clothes. As they went to a few clothes stores, as Killua was looking into his own section, looking at a few jackets, really liked as well as a few tops. As it's like, I like this one. As oh, sorry. Todoroki was looking in the section, grabbing out a few plain T-shirts and just a few very bland and generic outfits. As when Killua pops up behind her, actually scaring her a bit, saying, "Man, you don't really have much of a fashion sense, do you?" And she's like, "Ah, can you learn not to do that?" It's just how I walk naturally. Anyway, then she says, it's like, "Well, it's just clothing. I don't really care about either way. I mean, it's meant to just be worn. I don't see a point in it looking cute or girly. Just a t-shirt, and whatever else I want to wear is fine enough." Man, you should stop being so stiff all the time. Oh, yeah, try this on. As he grabs out a cute little outfit, as it was, um, how should I describe it? It was a cute, cat printed, a cat printed, sweater, well, wool sweater, with a plaid skirt, with a black and white checker pattern and red and white knee-high socks. As well, she came out and says, "Looks ridiculous." Says, "No, well, no, I don't know. I don't really wear stuff like this." She says, "I think it looked good on you." As well, a few of the shop attendants just kept saying how pretty and cute she looked, as her face was turning red after receiving a lot of compliments. Says, "Yeah, why don't I pick a few outfits for you?" And she's saying, "Well, I never really intended to buy all this." And it's like, "Don't worry, I'll split it half. You buy what you want to buy, and I'll buy some outfits for you. Don't worry, I kind of got a lot of money." "I do too, you shouldn't have to spend this much." It says, "I don't really care. Trust me, even though my dad is a top hero, that's not the reason. My family's already been rich before that." As, well, grab, he would just go grab the stuff that he picked out, which was a few dresses, skirts, some leggings, and tops. As he walked over to the counter, paid for it, and just say, "Call this a gift." It says, I can't accept this. "I already paid for it, so you are accepting it." And she just said, "Thank you." It says, don't worry about it. That was just, it was just a bit of fun. Also, you can just call it a thank you present for helping me not be bored. After all, that idiot is trying to score himself a girlfriend at the moment, so I'm not going to interrupt him. Who, Kaminari? Yeah, he's trying to go after Jura, and he's trying to practice his guitar skills, just so that he can impress her. And it's quite funny, to be honest, because he doesn't know shit about guitar. As, Shirota just thinks to herself, now I think about it, he's so laid back, yet so serious. When I saw his eyes as he got angry, it was nothing like I've ever seen. But when he's just talking about his friends, they're so gentle. As she just starts, just thinking of, Killua in her head over and over again, and she starts going red and it's like, no, get those thoughts out of my head. I wasn't thinking that. Then, um, they say, well, Todoroki's, stomach starts to rumble, and it says, a bit hungry from all the shopping, I see. And she said, no. It says, come on, I know a good place nearby. As they go, to like a little, um, well, tea shop, as they get like one of those little, um, bubble teas, as they get that along with a few little, snacks. It says, I always like this place, and, says, I know the owners here actually. They're lovely people. The owner walks out from the back and says, "Ah, Killua, if it hasn't been a while. When's the last time I've seen you here?" Sorry, old man. Got a bit busy with the whole hero stuff. Yes, I heard about the incident the other day. It was quite brave of you to take down all those villains. Yes, but I'm just doing my job as well, trying to become a hero. Good man. As he says, Sakura, honey, please, could you get me, um, you give me 2 servings well, of, well, mocha, mochi, please? On the house, for our local heroes. As, he grabs and puts 2 little, plates out in front of the couple and says, well, I hope you lovely couple enjoy those on the house. As, Toki just starts, blushing a bit and says, we're not a couple. As, he just starts, Killer just starts laughing. Oh, I'm sorry, but that's just hilarious. Oh, thank you, old man. Oh, you just brought a smile to my face. No worries, kiddo, keep up the good work. As after they eat and grab their drinks and then they leave, they notice that it's actually quite late in the afternoon. It says, well, I gotta get back before my family starts thinking that I've wandered off too far out the city. And, I hope you like the clothes. As she says, thank you for, having a fun time with her. It's not something that she's really used to, and it was quite pleasant. It says, yeah, anytime, I'm always free. Anyway, I gotta get back home soon, so I'll say see ya. And she says, bye. And as she realizes, wait, I never said thank you. Um, then when she turned around, he was already gone. It's like, that boy is always in a hurry. Then, well, then she arrives back home and starts, saying, I'm home. As Fumi and Natsume said, hey sis, how are you doing? as they both greet her as and says, "Oh, you did quite a bit of shopping." "Yeah, well, I met up with a friend," and says, "Ooh, a friend. Didn't know you had too many of those." As well, Fumi just nudges Natsuo in the stomach and says, "That's a bit rude, Natsuo. So sorry." "Oh, I was only kidding. Jeez." Said, "Yeah, he's actually the son of Edshot." They say, "Edshot? Seriously? Wow." Then, well, then as Tanaka put down some bags as then she went to the bathroom. Well, Fumi saw some of the cute clothes I pulled out. As she started getting a devilish look on her face as when Tanaka had come back out and says, she'd be like, "So, what's this? I never knew, I didn't know, never knew Shota was the one for cute things." As, well, she just panics and grabs him and shoves him back in the bag and it's like, those were a gift. Oh, really? From this friend of yours? Are you sure you're not trying to impress him or something? It's not like that. You just picked him out because you thought they looked good on me, okay? No, it's me carrying boyfriend. As she says, "He's not my boyfriend." As she just storms off to her room and says, as Natsuo says, "Even I wouldn't do that for you, me." Says, "You have your fun and I have my fun." This is something that only we girls can really do. As, "Yeah, yeah, whatever you say." And this is where I'm going to leave off part 4 to What If Deku was Killua Zoldyck. I just want to say thank you very much for, if you go all the way to the end. I hope everybody keeps loving what I'm doing. And I'm sorry that I either stutter a lot or I always mess up the sounds and we hear some shuffling because unfortunately I'm trying to get a better setup that still not going as far. But I'm looking within the next month to get a new mic. So like a proper mic instead of just my headphones. Because well, like these do the job, but they don't do the job as well as they could. So then I can have proper mic set up, so you don't have to hear all this kind of stuff where like it gets a bit weird. But anyway, without further, well, instead of just ranting on it for too long, I might as well just call it a day here and hope everybody enjoys this part. Again, I'm sorry it came out a bit later than usual, but yeah, nothing I can do about that. But I just want to say, I've been the King of Underworld, and I'll see y'all later.